Hello, everybody, and welcome to our impromptu Calm Edge Rebels, the Clarity Club live. We wanted to come on and talk to you about the Clarity Club, about Calm Edge Rebels itself, and the coaching retreat, because we thought it would be useful for you to hear firsthand from the three of us about what you can expect if you do decide to become either a member of the Clarity Club or if you decide to join us on our coaching retreat, which will be taking place on Wednesday, the 13th of November in Manchester, one of the greatest cities on this planet, I'm going to add. Not biased at all, not biased.
I'm not laughing because that's not true. I'm laughing because I'm laughing.
It's true. You're laughing because it's true.
Laughing because it's true. We are coming to Manchester to see you.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So those of you who don't know who we are, my name is Advita Patel, and I'm one of the co-founders of the Calm Edge Rebels, but I also own my own consultancy, which is called Comms Rebel, which is an internal communication employee experience consultancy, and also a co-founder of A Leader Like Me, which is based in Canada, and I co-own that with Priya Bates.
Any others you want to add onto that?
I'll leave it
there. Leave it there. Excellent. I'm Jenny Field, and I am a co-founder of Calm Edge Rebels. I also run Redefining Communications, which is a communications consultancy specializing in helping organizations be less chaotic by helping people communicate better. And I've just published my second book, which is to help leaders become a leader that people will follow, and it's called Nobody Believes You.
Which is just behind you on the shelf.
It is. Seamless plug. I don't know which way it is. There it is. And I feel like I'm in a TikTok video now, just randomly pointing at things, which I hate, so I'll stop. Trudy, you go.
Yeah. I'm Trudy Lewis. I'm also a co-founder of Calm Edge Rebels, and I also run a company called CoLinear, where I do executive coaching and communications for leaders and talk to them about having impact and influence.
Brilliant. So let's start from the beginning for those of you who don't know our story around the Clarity Club. So the Clarity Club was set up in February this year, February 2024, and we opened the doors to our first founding members. And every month we show up with a workshop, and we show up with a workbook or a guided journal, or whatever you kind of want to call that. And we talk about different topics. So initially, the club, we kept the doors open permanently. And then we realized after some feedback that the member experience wasn't the best when we have people coming in and out. And it's really important to the three of us that we create a community where people feel connection and feel safe and can get to know each other as well. So that's one of the big benefits actually of the Clarity Club, is that you do connect with other individuals who are experiencing similar challenges or are just looking for a space to connect with each other, or just, what a moment in a month where they can just relax and have a chat and lift their spirits. And we had that today actually in our session, where somebody said that they were feeling a bit meh, and after spending an hour having a chit chat with us, because we had our Ask Us Anything session, they felt much better. So it depends on where you are on your journey, and we are there to kind of support that. And it's $14.99 a month because we want to make it really accessible. But then because of that feedback we had, we decided to close the doors and open it 3 times a year. So this is our final time for 2024 that we're opening the doors, and they won't be open again until next year. So you've got until Sunday midnight if you're interested in joining us.
Sunday the 27th of October, just in case anybody's watching this.
Yes, sorry, yes, Sunday the 27th, yes. And if you are watching this after 27th, then there's a wait list, but hopefully you're watching before then.
You're still welcome, but just next year.
Yeah. So shall we talk a little bit about what people can expect in that? So we've got 60 members in there right now from all walks of life, by the way, and all different parts of the world as well, which is great. We have got some global members in there. And we've also got a range of skills and experiences, lots of comms professionals, but also lots of other people who work in other leadership positions as well. So the Clarity Club is open to all professions. As you can imagine, with the three of us, we do attract a lot of communication professionals and people who work in the public relations and marketing and the creative industry. So we do attract a lot of folks in there, but it is open to everybody. And we don't, and the workshops aren't specific to communications, by the way.
No.
So then that's really important for us to kind of make a note of that. They're more around personal development and leadership, and living your best life is what we often say.
It's all we talk about, isn't it? That's really why we set it up, I think. After doing the podcast, if you haven't listened to our podcast, we've done about 7 seasons of that. And we realised through our conversations that so much of what we talk about is about helping people live their best life, whether it's learning how to have productive disagreement, or it's thinking about how to put boundaries in place, or how to be more productive, or how to have more confidence or have more impact. All of those things are about you as a whole person. So that's why the Clarity Club membership isn't profession specific. It's not just for those in communications or just people in HR. It is for anybody that wants to invest in themselves to get some clarity and some focus and some time for you to make sure that you're going down the path that you really want to go down. And our sessions with this year, we've covered confidence, we've covered self-esteem, we've covered personal branding. We've talked about how to set goals. We've talked about habits. We've talked about having influence. We're just about to do a session on credibility. And it's all about helping us make sure that we're sort of focused in what we're doing for the year ahead, and that there is a support group around you as you're navigating life in general. And there's a few people in the membership who are looking for a new role, changing careers, going through just life changes, really. And that's where it sort of comes from, I guess.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing is about community, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's taking perhaps what we did with the coaching retreat, or even what you could say, what we had with the podcast, where a lot of people following us, is that making the community come to life and creating that support for people. So we also have a WhatsApp group for those who have joined. Obviously we have people joining us for the live workshops and so on, which almost comes across like a little bit of a podcast as well, where they're getting to see us talk in a live setting and ask questions and interact. But then what we're seeing is that people are helping each other as well. And that's really quite precious, where if we're all doing life together. And I think that for me is a really, really big part of what the Clarity Club is all about, because no man is an island. Nobody can do this on our own. We do need to have support. And I think, when we talk about best life, when we talk about development, sometimes we think we have to go it alone. And with the Clarity Club, I think it just says, no, let's do it together, let's work together and see how we can help each other to be the best that we can be, which is what I love.
Yeah. And making it accessible, right? We always talk, like you said, Advita, it's $14.99 a month, or it's $165 for the year. And that's important, because to get access to coaching and development and mentoring, some people don't even know where to start, but also it can be really expensive. And sometimes you don't always want one-to-one support. Sometimes being part of a community is really good. I mean, even if I think about communities that I'm part of outside of this, if I think about my CrossFit community, that's a membership, and we all work out and we all have coffee on Saturdays, and it's lovely. And it's nice to have that little support group in another area. So I think it's just finding something that gives you that support to just show up and do your thing, and just do it with people that have got your back, really.
Yeah. And we do say that if those who want that deeper dive on some of specific topics, or a challenge, or just are looking for a refresh and a reset, that's where the coaching retreat comes in. And that's where you do get the opportunity to spend an entire day with the three of us in a very small group. So we played around with the numbers for the coaching retreat over the last 3 years. We've been hosting them. We've gone really big with, big numbers of like 18, 20 people, which felt too much, I think we would all say. And then we kind of went mid-range to around 12. And then we decided only earlier this year, actually, that the optimum number for us is 8. So we have 8 spots available for the coaching retreat, which means that you get to really dig deep on some of the blockers and barriers that you might be facing, or even if you're not facing blockers and barriers, but you just want to kind of have time to articulate your next steps. And what does that look like? Or you're looking for that reset, refocus, whatever that is for you. You've got a little bit of time, and you're there with people who can also support you and share some of their experiences. So a bit like the Clarity Club, where we have that kind of group community spirit, we also have that within the coaching retreat. and the three of us are with you all day. And we break down different topics, and we do a much more of a deep dive on values and goals and mindset and impact and well-being, branding, confidence, all of that kind of stuff that's more specific to you. So if anyone is looking for more than just a community, like a once a month kind of touch point, and are looking at something addition, then the coaching retreat's probably up your street, I would say. And we've had some great feedback from the folks.
Yeah.
And great.
We're also
we are, because we're also excited.
I know. No, I was just going to say that it has changed people's lives. We've seen the people who've come through our doors for the coaching retreat. Many of them started out not being sure about what they wanted to do for their future with their lives and so on, and they've totally grown and developed brand new things for themselves. And it's really exciting to see that we've had in their lives, especially over just one day. So that whole day of having intensive conversations, workshops around building a better life has just made radical change for some people, and that's amazing, really.
And I think we've got 4 spaces left for November. Is that right?
Yeah,
I think we've got
4 spaces left. Yeah.
So and it's always and we've run them with just 2 people. It doesn't really matter to us. It's just more intense for them, I think. The 3 of us, just 2 of them. But you're right. We've played around with that number, and we've played around with different formats when we had larger groups, we'd go into sort of breakout sessions. But it's a much better format when it's just us 3 with 8 of you talking about your goals, what stops you from reaching them, understanding yourself better, and coming away with a plan that you can then take forward. And doing them, we did them in November and April. She says, thinking off the top of her head, is April. And that's intentional, because November allows you to really think about what you want to do next year, rather than doing it just on New Year's Eve when you've had a drink. It allows you to really have that space to think about those things that you want to do. And we do it ourselves. And that's kind of where it came from, was the fact that we have time together where we might retreat for a couple of days together, or we might do something where we think about those goals and those, what are the things we want to do differently. And that's how we focus in on the things that we want to do, both, from a fitness perspective or a health perspective or development. It could be anything, but it just helps us have that anchor so that we know where we're going.
Yeah, most definitely. So if anybody is interested in finding out more about the Clarity Club or the coaching retreat, we're going to put the links under this live in the comment section, so you can access it directly, or you can visit us at calmedgerebels.com on the website, or follow us on Instagram as well, which is Calm Edge Rebels. So if you just type that in, you'll find us quite easily, and we'll share links on both platforms so you have them, or you can email us at hello@Calm Edge Rebels if you've got any questions that you want to ask or any further thoughts. We're also happy to share testimonials. And if you wanted to talk to someone who's been to a previous coaching retreat, I'm sure we can work that out for you as well, so you can have a chat with them. Most folks have shared quite publicly that they've been part of the retreat, and we've had some great testimonials and feedback from those sessions as well. So we're more than happy to kind of connect you to those if you want to kind of sense check. The coaching retreat is £750 all in, so that's for the full day. That includes lunch and snacks and refreshments and all of that kind of stuff. And plus, it also includes a coaching session with one of us post-retreat a few weeks after the day, so we can go through your 90-day action plan and also discuss anything on a more one-to-one level that you may want to address a bit deeper, or you want to kind of just get a bit more clarity around as well. So that's all in, including all the kind of fees and stuff at $750. And as Jenny said, the Clarity Club is $14.99 a month if you want to pay monthly, or £165 for the year, which means that you get 1 month bonus as part of that as well. So that's a bit of an offer if you do sign up for the entire year. Yeah. And you do have access to the WhatsApp community for that. And you also get access to the membership portal where we record, and we also put the recording on that portal so you can watch whenever you want. So even if you join now, you will have access, lifetime access, as long as you stay a member, to all previous sessions that we've had. And sessions generally run for around 20-25 minutes, and then 20-25 minutes of questions at the end as well. So you'll have access to all of those past sessions that Jenny mentioned earlier as well. You won't miss out on any of them. Have I missed anything? covered
No, I
everything.
think
No?
you've done an absolutely marvellous wrap-up and summary.
Thank you.
Well
Yeah.
done.
I'm glad
Excellent
I did
work.
that. Remembered.
Yeah, well done.
So thank you, those of you who are watching us post live. We really appreciate you, and also just a special thank you to our community in the Clarity Club. You know, the 60 of you who have invested your time and energy and contributed to so many wonderful conversations, and we're really grateful for that space because it helps us just as much as it helps you. And as Trudy shared before, you know, we're doing life together, and I love that line, and that's what we're here to do. So thank you, all of you, and hopefully we will see you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
That was like a